I'm Chris King, I'm the game designer at Paradox Interactive, and today I'm starring in this video dev diary about Crusader Kings 2. Today's subject is character database. If you go to the original Crusader Kings, we have 3 scenario start points and 3 very distinct character databases. What we've done with the Crusader Kings 2 is we're using the history system we use in the Clausewitz games, which allows us to actually unify the character databases together. Meaning that when you start in the 1337 start point, you have all the characters from all the previous scenarios there. This does take a little bit of work, as we actually have to then start trawling through the character databases from the various scenarios and removing duplicates. So William the Conqueror's body double in the 1187 scenario has now died and now been replaced by William the Conqueror himself, linking together the databases. The really nice thing about this system, especially with the later starts, is you get these sprawling family trees. If you start as a von Habsburg in 1337, you can start clicking back through your ancestors and find Rudolf the Emperor and go all the way back to Radbot, the first von Habsburg, living in his little castle in Switzerland. This creates this enormous immersion factor in the game. The other thing that CK2 has that CK did not have is regnal numbers for each monarch, but also puts a bit of a burden on the character database because we need to know exactly how many people who held that title had that name. So we actually, for example, have kings of France going from all the way back from Charlemagne to make sure that your Louis, Charles or Philippe in your current year has the proper number that you would have historically. This also makes it quite cool when you play the game. The other thing about the unified character database, it allows us to start incrementing through the database, meaning we can then set up the start any date system that we have in, for example, Europa Universalis 3. The characters have to be there for the 1337 start, so we know to give you your right number and your ancestors, and if they're there already, well, it's not that much extra work to then allow us to start at any date. And the other cool thing about this is, of course, is we can then set up family trees. So you can see, for example, your dynasty, from this dynasty head and founder all the way forward. Families like the Capets, the Plantagenets, the Hohenstaufens are all there, and you can see them in all their glory. And you can also look back and just see your own personal family tree, not just who your father's ancestors were, but also your mother's, to see just who you descend from. The other really nice thing about this database is it's probably our hugest character database to date. And it's already far larger than CK's character database just by having to insert in the characters to bridge together the families from the various start points and give the proper previous holders of titles for the regnal numbers. This huge scope makes it probably the biggest character database of any game, any strategy game out there, giving CK2 a very unique experience.